what's tonight for? If this team get beat, we in the final four.
He's a poor man LeBron, bro, when it comes to trades. It's like, you guys look at, KD, what you go
down 3 games, it's a quick sweep.
Not cap if you want to. Cap if you want to.
You know what's in me.
When I said that they let James Harden do the same thing, and let Kevin Durant do the same thing, and they're essentially letting James Harden do the same thing again.
I said Kevin Durant should have took a 50-50 blame, and Westbrook should have took a 50-50 blame too.
Not with the 50-50 blames in this bitch. You feel me? Bust motherfucking down, man.
Bust down. Let's go.
Bust motherfucking down. We in the motherfucking building. Beautiful ass Monday. Hope everybody enjoyed their Monday like I did enjoy mine. You want to know why? Because God woke me up. It's the only reason you need to enjoy your motherfucking day. All right?
Go ahead.
But we here. What's up, DJ?
Man, you know, long day at work. I've been thinking about this show all day because I was ready to jump on and get it in, man. I'm ready. We got Whiskey Troy in the building.
Whiskey Troy gonna be here all day. But we'll have the boys in the building a little later. Mulich Internet's messing up with him. Not sure if Buop gonna make it. He's dealing with something personal. But knowing Buop and knowing who he is, Buop gonna jump his ass in here.
Oh yeah.
All right. We're gonna see Buop up in this bitch. But anyway, you know, we got something to get to, you feel me? But before we get to that, hey, Gentlemen's Talk made a year.
Yeah, man.
Over here from the sideline. And Troy wasn't on the episode the other day to celebrate it with him, so he's gonna celebrate it right here, right now. Congrats. Shout out to DJ and GQ for coming on, becoming a part of the team, becoming a part of the family, the brotherhood. Like, it's real love over here. Like, and we just met each other on the internet.
Hey, big facts.
We fuck with each other like we've known each other since we were born, bro. So it's much love to these guys, and I appreciate all the hard work these dudes put in. All right, so cheers to you guys. I'm gonna take a shot in y'all honor.
I'm gonna say this. It all started off with a question in a podcast group. So when somebody sends you a question to come on their podcast, and you know you got time to do it, you might just
don't hesitate,
because you never know what you're gonna find on the other side.
Never know what you're going. It might be a family that what you've been missing, what you need. That's what you might find. Never know what presents God got for you throughout your life.
Yep.
Because he don't wrap his. He just give them to you straight up.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes those presents get overlooked, and we walk past them. We leave them on the ground, walk past them. Not this one. So I appreciate you guys saying yes. I appreciate you guys coming over here, putting that hard work in, keeping the tradition and the culture that we're trying to build over here alive. But the show has to get rolling. So
yes, it does.
I mean, shit, I was hoping Buat was gonna be here, you know, because we talking about James Harden, you know, talking about gotta do it out, and then you feel me? Like, the Clippers lose, and we're gonna go through our biggest upsets a little later on in the show, but the Clippers lose, and I first named the title of the show. What did I name it? With James, no problem. No problem with James.
James is just James. That's what
James. That's what I changed it to. James is just James. All right. And that's while I'm speaking about James is just James. Let me do something else. Cause I didn't ooh, what are you talking about? Sign in. I'll bust you in your damn head. Oh man, I don't know what just happened. Why did my YouTube ask me to sign in? Why did it sign me out? That's some bullshit, bro. All right, I gotta fix this. Cause I was like, why we ain't got no damn viewers? And I didn't fix the damn I didn't fix the damn stuff in YouTube. But anyway. Damn Clippers, damn Clippers, damn Clippers. I don't think anybody really thought that Dallas is going to beat the Clippers. All right. I don't think anybody really thought that. But it happened. Kyrie and Luka got it done with 3 stars on one team. 2 stars on another. The 2 stars prevail. I never thought we'll see this day happen, bro. You feel me? The way these niggas out here talk about super teams, Clippers a super team, no? With James Harden on it, super team all the way. But what they do, get bounced in the first round. By who? They daddy Luka. All right. And his cousin or his brother, matter of fact, his brother from another mother, Kyrie Irving. All right. That's what happens, right? When you try to put all this motherfucking talent on one team, teams could just maneuver, shake your ass up, and get you up out of there. See you later, Paul George. He might be with Philly next year. Who knows? We don't know. Where's James going? Because he ain't gonna be in LA. I don't believe it. I don't believe James stays in LA. All right. He's got to go hop into another team. Who he's going to? Who he's going to? He's gonna go over to Memphis, play with Ja? Huh? You gonna skip over to San Antonio, try to play with Wemby? That shit ain't happening. Pop ain't allowing that. Who he going? He going to the Heat? How he going to tell Jimmy Butler to stay? Going to the Heat? Maybe he going to the Bucks. Maybe he going to play with Dame and Giannis, you know? Maybe the Nuggets, you know? Jamal Murray, James Harden, MPJ, and Joker. You feel me? Like,
oh, man.
I'm not done with my rant, but DJ, let me sign into this damn YouTube. Go ahead, DJ. I'll kick it to you. Are you disappointed in the motherfucking Clippers, James Harden, and all these motherfuckers?
I don't even know what to start with this. Number one, I'm very disappointed in Tyronn Lue. Very disappointed in Tyronn Lue. We talked about this at work earlier today, and it was like, man, pretty much some guys at work were saying, well, Dallas is just a better team. And I said, y'all ain't feel that way all season. None of y'all did. And then he hits me with well, Kawhi Leonard was hurt. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't we just see Paul George without Kawhi Leonard a few years back take the Clippers to the West Conference Finals, and they lost? They were there without Kawhi Leonard. Then that's when was Pat Beverly on that team? Oh my God. I think Reggie Jackson went off. That's what it was.
It was Reggie. It was Reggie.
It was Reggie. And
it was Reggie.
No Kawhi on that team. And Paul George and Kawhi missed some games during that playoff run, and they still got to the Western Conference. This is all I'm saying, man. This team underachieved whether Kawhi Leonard was playing or not. You got James Harden, somebody that used to be here on one of the shows here from the sideline said James Harden this, James Harden that. Well, I agree with your title, Troy. James is just James. That's exactly nothing. Going into the series, I said, I think the Clippers should win, but we all sat here and said, but it wouldn't surprise us if they lost. And not saying that James Harden had a bad series, but when they needed you to step up, you couldn't. You were getting cooked by Luka and Kyrie. They were making fun. They were making fun of you. They were just making fun of the Clippers. I don't know what this team. I know I said about what was the other team? The Bulls. I said blow the Bulls up. It's time to blow up the Clippers and start over. They haven't had a true reboot since the Chris Paul, Blake Griffin era. They haven't had a true reboot. And I think it's time. The only person that stays is any of your young players. I think Russ should probably be looking to leave in if he wants to go win the championship, because the Clippers are cursed. Y'all remember the base god curse? The Clippers are just cursed, bro. They are just cursed. They've never won anything. They're a cursed franchise. It sucks because I'm a big Kawhi Leonard fan when he's actually playing on the court, though. Most of the time he ain't playing. Man, it's ugly. It's ugly. I know they're gonna make some moves during this offseason, whether that involves Paul George or Paul George going to Philly or wherever. This team ain't it. They're not built to win a championship. They're a bunch of talented players on a team with very little chemistry. And it's been that way since Kawhi and Paul George got there, because they're never on the court together.
Yeah, I mean, listen, people thought that James going here was really going to help them. I don't know why. James is a talented player. Like I said, I won't take anything away from him. But I just don't think like this is the formula for teams to be going out here getting a James Harden to try to put with other stars to try to win. We've seen that shit just doesn't work. So, like, if it doesn't work, then, you know, I'm not inclined to sign him. I know we talked about, I'm sorry, I'm a little boat back. We talked about it last year about James Harden maybe being out the league in a couple of years. I mean, if teams are looking at him being on a team like the Clippers and they're saying, hey, he can't get it done on the Clippers with Kawhi and PG and Russ, and you know, you got all these other guys, you know, what is he going to get it done at? So, I mean, for me, at some point, we got to stop looking at everything around James and start looking at James himself. And that's where I'm at right now with it. Is James needs to figure out what the fuck he got going on, because he's just not helping teams in the aspect of winning, right? We like to say, oh, we're picking on this person. I'm not picking on nobody. I'm just saying we have defended James Harden for a little too fucking long. Y'all niggas like going off on KD. You know, I see a lot of people on Facebook talking about KD rings don't count again because now he lost in the first round of the playoffs. You feel me? Like, James Harden has to get that same type of, you know, kind of pushback, because it's like this guy has been on great team after great team. Like, he's had great teammates in Houston. It didn't work out. Now, granted, I'll give you in Houston, he came up against, you know, Golden State. I'll give you that. You feel me? But he then leaves and he goes to the Nets, KD, Kyrie. He then goes to Philly. Now you got, you know, Embiid. He then leaves and he goes to the Clippers. And now he has Kawhi. Like, how many more star teammates are you going to give this guy before we stop making excuses for him? Like, I'm tired of James Harden. I'm just tired of him. I'm just tired of James Harden.
Tired of James Harden about, man.
Yeah, that's who I was waiting for. Hey, what's up, Wop? How you feeling? You all right?
Good.
All right.
Good.
Now, you broke it?
Not sure. I'm gonna do some tests Friday, I believe.
Gotta run some tests on it.
DJ Michael B, what's good, boy?
Man, you know,
so
we going up on James Harden not getting it done again, like we all said before. We heard the news.
We can't put it on James. Strictly on him.
We're not putting it strictly on James, but we just saying, like, here comes James again.
With teammates.
Another James, and this nigga on another team with some more stars, and that team getting bounced in the first round.
Yeah, but this team truly wasn't healthy, honestly. You know what I'm saying? And we got to
James out there.
Yeah, but he's not.
And I don't give a fuck.
He's not the player he once used to be, though.
Nah, I don't want to hear that shit. When Kawhi went out in game 2 or whatever it was, I could score with the best of them. I could blah. Shut your ass the fuck up if you ain't the player you used to be.
I mean, he should be quiet. I ain't gonna lie, but I'm just
saying all that shit because he had a good game. Now it's like, I can't put no pressure. Now I'm putting the pressure on him. People started, before he came in here, I said it. People started talking about KD rings don't count again since he lost with the Suns. You know, he got beat this year. You feel me? Now they talking about his rings don't count again. When we gonna start putting that pressure on James, bro? He went from KD, Kyrie, Embiid to Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. You name me another star player that has ever had that luxury of doing that.
KD
has not had the luxury of doing that.
He has.
No, he hasn't.
Yes, he has.
No, he hasn't.
He had Russ. Then he went to Golden State and had Clay, Steph, and Draymond. Then he left there and went to the Nets and had Kyrie and James. Then he left the Nets. And then now he has in Phoenix, Booker and Chris Paul first. Now he has Booker and Bradley Beal.
I mean, I didn't even name all the teammates James had in Houston, all right? Because I could say James went from Westbrook and KD,
you absolutely right. You
to Jeremy Lin and himself, right? And then it was
no.
They paid Jeremy Lin some handsome money to be the number 2 option there. So Jeremy Lin and him,
and they were stupid as hell for doing it.
And then what you had Dwight Howard in him. You had Chris Paul in him. You had Russ in him again. You feel me?
Oh, yeah,
I can do this with James.
Yeah,
I can do this with James. That's just one team. That's just one team.
Hey.
I ain't even move him off the team yet.
You can do it.
Hey.
You can do it, but
So again, I ask you, who has had or who makes these kind of moves having these type of players? I'm not taking KD. KD is like a little farther behind James Harden. What James Harden been doing?
No.
He a little further behind. KD there, but he ain't there.
The only difference is he actually got the ring. So like that matters.
No.
That's the big thing. He got he got rings. That's what matters.
No. I want to add up the superstars because I promise you it's probably 5 for KD and 27 for James Harden.
Oh, James Harden had a lot of superstar teammates.
But that's what I'm saying. You can't name another star who's had that many fucking star teammates.
You can't keep calling guys that weren't superstars like when James Harden.
I'm not saying superstars, I said stars.
He had some stars, of course. He had some co-stars, some solid teams.
Jeremy Lin, bum.
That's not one.
Dwight Howard, star. Chris Paul, star. Westbrook, star. Kyrie, superstar.
No,
KD, superstar.
Kyrie's a star.
Joel Embiid, superstar. Paul George, star. Kawhi Leonard, superstar.
Hey, don't forget Maxey in Philadelphia as well. Star.
He wasn't a star yet. He wasn't a star yet.
Star.
Bro, listen, boo up. Hey, look.
Tyrese is super. I know, Moo.
I thought Tyrese was a star last year. Like I called it on the podcast. I was like, he's a star. It's just that James Harden has the ball in his hand.
We gotta stop still loosely throwing out the superstar.
Nah, bro.
I said star.
I'm talking about Kyrie, bro. Like he's not.
Oh no, Kyrie's not. I don't think Kyrie's a superstar. No.
He's super. He's super. And he's a star.
So
he's a superstar.
He got a superstar caliber.
He's a very skilled player who plays.
I definitely. He's a star, but I'm just saying, like James. And I get it because Boo Up, you said it before. James just not on KD level, but I'm just getting tired of people just like, hey, we can leave James there, let James do what he do, but KD, so it's just nigga make a move. Like KD lost, and everybody started talking about where KD gonna be playing next season. Like he don't got 3 years left on his contract or some shit.
They just see the writing on the wall, though.
There ain't no writing on the wall. He just got there. Y'all can't keep putting this shit on this man back. He's only done it once. He's only up and left a team once. Both other times KD left, he left in free agency.
Yep.
So I don't want to hear this shit. That's why I said you can't name me another player that does what James do. You can say KD, but KD left 2 times in free agency. James Harden's been traded to every team he's been on. Traded to every team he's been on. You can't name me another star or superstar that's been traded to every team he's been on. And James gets no flack for it. It's just, hey, he's James. Leave him alone. That's why I named this shit James is just James.
That ain't true, though. James
is just James.
Bro. He do get critiqued, bro. We can't sit here and not act like he
get critiqued on not winning a championship.
He gets critiqued, though, bro, but at the end of the day,
not like the rest of them, bro. And I'm tired of it.
That's not true, bro. He has got
it is,
bro.
I haven't seen one post about James Harden. I seen all these posts about KD.
I mean, because KD is a more significant topic.
And I get that, but James is a superstar in the league. You can't say he's no star. He's a superstar in the league. Maybe not a superstar now, but he's a former, probably 2 to 3 year removed superstar in this league, bro. He's been doing this shit before he became a star, when he was a star, when he became a superstar, and now his later years when he's not being a star no more. And it's just like, hey, James Harden. You know?
I'm saying though, like when you done lost the label of superstar, like the expectations aren't on you as much.
What I don't get, Boo Ups, how he could be out here making Danny Green, Gerald Green, what's the Carroll, Jay Crowder, J.R. Smith, Iman Shumpert moves. Like I don't understand how he could be a star making these type of moves, bro.
Because he's still a coveted player in the league.
Right, this nigga a coveted motherfucking journeyman.
I mean, he is at this point.
This nigga is dropping off the fucking cookies to everybody.
I mean, he's a journeyman though, bro. Like, I mean, he's still a very good point guard to have. He's
dropping the cookies.
16 and 8.
He's dropping the cookies.
That's pretty solid.
Dropping those motherfucking cookies, bro. Here you go, Boo. I got your Girl Scout cookies for you. Here you go, Mulich. I got double stuffed Oreo cookies for you. Here you go, DJ. I heard you like motherfucking ShopRite cookies, the ShopRite brand cookies, nigga, the yellow one with the lemon frosting in the middle. I got all kinds of cookies out this bitch for you.
But the thing about it is that what you failing to realize is that James Harden will never get the criticism that a guy like Kevin Durant get. One, he's not Kevin Durant.
No, I understand that, boo. I 100% understand that.
It's not
But I just want to see something, bro. Just let me go on Facebook right now. Hold on. I just want to go on Facebook right now. If I see one James Harden post, bro, we can end this segment and we could go on.
But I'm saying,
if I scroll down and I see a KD post, bro, we got to talk about it.
Would you say that LeBron needs to prove anything right
now? No, not really. I don't think he has anything left to prove.
Every time you get on Facebook, you're gonna see a post about LeBron.
But that's because LeBron is in a debate that's never going to end. KD and James is not in that debate, so that's different.
And the thing about it is still what I'm saying is that the more polarizing player, the more talented players usually get critiqued the hardest. They usually get the most, you know what I'm saying, shit thrown at them.
Yeah, but James Harden is up there in talent, bro.
Yeah, but
he's one of the most talented players in this league today.
No, he's not.
Not the same as he was 5 years ago, but he's one of the most talented in that group core of KD, LeBron. He's talented. He's up there. He's up there with the talent. So no, that nigga motherfucking
only all NBA caliber players really get critiqued like you know what I'm saying, held to a standard that we look
all
at.
NBA. James Harden's an all NBA player.
No, he's not. No, he's not.
He will not be the all NBA team.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's been at least 2 years since he's been on.
An all NBA player, bro.
But he has not been on the all NBA team in about 2 or 3 years, bro.
That's shit.
That's because he's
been injured.
Player no more, right?
Now you're gonna make me defend him. He's been injured, man.
He's not the same player no more.
NBA first team, NBA first team, NBA first team, NBA first team.
He was an Iron Man, Troy. You just trying to find some reason to slander the man. You cannot.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. The nigga got bounced. He was supposed to be the savior to the Clippers, and then they got bounced. He talked all that shit about going off and having all those points. What was it, 40-something? Talked all that shit, and then he get beat by Luka and Kyrie. Y'all got four. Y'all got 4 stars, the fucking all-stars, and you get beat by 2 stars? That's it?
4 all-stars?
Yeah, they got 4 all-stars. Yes, 4 all-stars. Westbrook is not in his star no more. He's an all-star caliber player. I'm not saying he made an all-star team. He's an all-star caliber player. James Harden is an all-star caliber player. And Paul George is a star caliber player, and so is Kawhi. Kawhi, when he's healthy, is a superstar caliber player.
We had 2 all-stars this year. We cannot.
And James Harden said he could score with the best of them.
He can say a lot of things. The proof is
no, he can score with the best of them. So he got to get the Troy Heat, bro. It's about time, boo. It's about that time of year. He ain't the only one about to get it. Joel Embiid about to get some too. I know you're gonna love that.
Not really.
And I'm still putting him in front of Joker. But it's always the same over here. You go open your eyes wider, nigga. Pop them out your head, DJ.
I was not expecting I wasn't expecting anybody to agree with me on that, but okay.
No, I always said that.
I know you all say that.
Nigga, yeah. I'm buried. My head is not even out the sand. Boo, I've just kicked the sand over my face how long I've been staying on the Embiid trade. He buried me in the sand and forgot about my ass. Nigga, I'm coughing up sand for weeks now. But anyway, Clippers, Paul George. Paul George is another one. Now I could get off of James. Fuck James Harden. It's always going to be fuck James Harden. And I don't give a fuck what Boo Wop said. It's fuck James Harden.
You can't be a hater your whole life, dog.
Fuck James. I don't hate James Harden, but fuck James Harden. I don't give a fuck what it sound like. I don't give a fuck what it sound like. No, I don't give a fuck what it sound like. When sometimes when the train go by, it sound like a bus, but it don't mean it's a bus.
That's a crazy ass.
That's a crazy ass take.
Right? Fuck you mean, boo? Fuck you mean, boo? Whiskey Troy in full effect, guys.
That's wild.
I'm just saying, nigga, Lizzie like towing. You feel me? Paul George too. Like, it's rumors that he can end up on the Sixers. I mean, nigga, I don't know if that's gonna work. Embiid and Paul George, like, I don't think so. You feel me? And then the Sixers watching Jimmy Butler. You like, what is it gonna be? Jimmy, Paul, and Embiid.
I don't think
what year Jimmy was on there? It's 5 years later since Jimmy left.
They will need both.
Yeah, Jimmy was on the team whenever they lost to Kawhi, and Kawhi won the championship. That was 2019.
That's like 5 years ago. Jimmy been gone for 5 years, and they talking about come back, Jimmy.
But Jimmy been gone for 5 years. But I wouldn't, if you're gonna get Paul George, it don't make sense to get Jimmy Butler.
No, I don't. But I'm just saying, Paul George, you got to take some of this heat too, bro.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna be this year, didn't you? At the beginning of the year, said you were gonna be this.
I'm gonna play bully ball.
You said you was gonna be this. Where was that at? James came and all that shit went out the window. You see the James effect. I'm sorry, I don't mean to go back to James, but the James fucking effect.
They was balling after a while once James.
They were. Them niggas went on like a 10-2 run, 15-5 run, some shit like that. Like they still started putting it together.
It looked like the best team in the league.
Right, but this shit always happens, bro. We get to this spot.
Injuries.
And it's just no Kawhi, Paul George.
It started with Kawhi. I think Paul George got hurt for a couple of games, then Kawhi, and then Westbrook got hurt. They lost they spirit, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like, it was just weird to see, but
because James Harden's spirit took over.
I wouldn't say that because
that's the spirit in the locker room, James Harden's spirit, and that spirit is just all strippers and $1 bills.
It's still part of why they started playing better.
He was, but they always at the strip club with $1 bills. Dollar bill, y'all. I'm just telling you how it was.
Look, yes, injuries played its part, but like I said before you got here, Boo Wop, didn't we not just see Paul George and Reggie Jackson carry the Clippers further than what we just seen with James Harden and Paul George? Literally, we seen them with just Paul George and Reggie Jackson carry them further.
Not just strictly with them though. I get what you're saying when they got to the conference finals, right?
Mm-hmm.
But the context still remains. They had Kawhi for the first round, the whole first round, and they had him for the 4 of them games against Utah. Utah choked. That's the truth. They choked.
Yeah, that's probably true.
They choked. Utah choked, and then they still gave
Phoenix, too.
They gave Phoenix 6 games. So they was very competitive. And yeah, kudos to that season, because that's probably their best season. Like, unfortunately, collectively, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
what Paul George showed you. He still could be Paul George, but right now I don't know Paul George.
He's not, though. I mean, the another thing is a lot of these players aren't going to age as gracefully as other players. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I ain't even saying that because I think Paul George clearly has been, kind of banged up throughout his years in the league or whatever. But I also think when I look at Paul George, I don't see a guy that just, I love basketball. Like
Paul George loves podcasting.
I could believe that.
All these motherfucking podcasters out here. Give me the plumbers back.
I just don't believe he's a guy that's like in love with basketball. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because he got all the talent in the world to me, like, to be like clearly a top 10 type player in the league. If you look at what he can do.
He was getting there before he broke his leg in that Olympic run.
And he was there for a while. Like, I would say he was arguably a top 10 player when he first arrived to the Clippers, like, at that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why you thought Kawhi and Paul George would be the best duo in the league. Like, you just seen what Kawhi did in 2019. Like, oh, shit, you pair him with Paul George. He's probably going to be the best perimeter defense. It's like, you thinking all these things, they got easily 2 20-point scorers.
Patrick Beverly is one of them.
No, it's only a few players that truly just like love basketball. Like, I believe.
Yeah, and Patrick Beverly is one of them.
I don't know.
Patrick Beverly loves putting on a show. That's what that is.
I think Patrick.
We'll get to him in a little bit.
Yeah,
Patrick loves ball.
He's a different breed.
All right, fuck the Clippers. Break it up. Get rid of James. Get rid of Paul. Get rid of Kawhi.
Yeah, they want to re-sign Paul and James.
Well, report came out today that every offer that they have given Paul George is under the max, and Paul George has turned it down. So, like I said a couple of weeks ago, I don't think Paul George will be in a Clippers uniform next year.
I'm not mad at that take at all. I don't believe he necessarily will be either.
Yeah, I don't think so. So, but let's get to these Bucks real quick. Getting the fuck up out of here. And I know another injury tell. You know, we know Buak and Black, but Giannis was injured. You know, he didn't play a game. You know,
say that.
Dame Lillard.
Hey,
Play
that's a
2
more valid
games.
take. That's a more valid take than Kawhi Leonard being injured because they don't ever play with Kawhi.
Yeah. But the Bucks were injured. Dame did come back that last game in his 30-something points. What he had?
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't
He was
enough. Pacers beat him. Pacers playing the Knicks right now in the second round. Brunson got the ball stolen. Why he looking at the ref? Tell him to get back on defense. Tell him but they don't want to get back. Anyway, what do you guys think? Bucks all right? Bucks breaking it up. Should Chris Middleton be gone? Should they be looking for? Should they keep Dame? What are we thinking here with the Bucks?
Hard to say. Hard to say. It really is.
How old is Giannis? Giannis is still young for the most part. Well, not young, but in superstar years, he probably still got a good bit of years. About 3-4.
3-4 at max. He's 30. So plays the game. Players like that typically slow down faster than a skill-oriented type of guy. So I would say 3 years of basically doing what he's been doing, and maybe another 2 or 3 years. But he's another guy that stays hurt too. He gets hurt a lot, so it's just scary to think that they necessarily should break it up right now. You know what I'm saying? Because you still got Giannis at his apex. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Chris Middleton might be kind of coveted, especially based off what he did this last playoff run. He had a pretty solid playoff run.
Out of here.
I mean, it's really
Bobby Portis up out of here.
I think Bobby signed for a couple of years.
Brook Lopez up out of here.
Hey man, I'm not gonna let you slander Bobby Portis. Bobby Portis had a really good and a very good game 6-2.
How am I slandering him? And I just said up out of here. Up out of here. 4 words. That's it. Up out of here.
Are you talking about off the team next year? Or are you talking about they lost?
No. Blow that shit up.
They're not gonna let him go.
Blow it up because Giannis about to walk. Remember, Giannis was gonna walk away a year ago.
Yeah, I think Giannis might. Well, how long did he sign?
Giannis was gonna walk away from the Bucks a year ago. He was leaving. Yeah. He wasn't gonna sign this extension.
But he did.
But he did. How
much? He did. Yeah. He did. But that don't mean he can't ask the fuck out.
That's true.
I doubt it.
Ain't no doubt it. Ain't no doubt. Look how Dame did it.
Dame asked out because there was a lot of shit going on behind the scenes.
We know that, and there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes too with the Bucks. Andy Griffin, Doc Rivers, like
this man.
Ain't a lot of shit.
This man said Andy Griffin.
And whatever that nigga name is.
and at some point, Giannis got to start taking accountability too.
100%. What's the opposite of a casino?
Yeah, I mean, he can say he was hurt this year for sure. Granted, is valid.
There's no losing in success.
He literally didn't play a game, so
there's no failure.
But
and me getting injured,
coaches changes. These things don't happen unless the star player co-signs it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna just fire a coach if the star player wants him there. So
shout out to Miles Turner. He's doing what Troy told him to do. 22 points right now. He needs some more rebounds, but 22 points right now.
I do, man. It wouldn't surprise me if Giannis asked out next year, but I think Dame would ask for a trade faster than Giannis would, because Dame didn't want to even be there in the first place.
Bucks, yeah.
He wanted to be in Miami. Ironically, Jimmy was hurt too, so it sucks. I don't think we'll ever see what Dame and Giannis could be, because somebody's always sitting out between one of those two as well. I said earlier today, like people always find ways to put down LeBron to elevate Jordan, or put down Jordan to elevate Bron, but this is what this is why it's so amazing how LeBron stayed healthy throughout his whole career and how Michael Jordan stayed healthy throughout his whole career, other than the season when he broke his leg. Like it's hard just to stay healthy. And as we're getting more and deeper now, it's like these guys got so much wear and tear on their bodies by the time they hit the NBA. And with all these personal coaches and things, they're making the same moves and same cuts over and over again your whole life, which your body probably ain't supposed to be doing most of that shit anyway, consistently. And they're just getting hurt left and right, and we're being robbed of a lot of great players in their primes right now. It's annoying as an NBA fan, but yep, still got to be able to understand, like, they can't do it if they can't do it.
I mean, that's just on them taking better care of their bodies too. But yeah, I'm gonna be serious. I'm not gonna put too much onus on the Bucks this year because they did face some injuries. Chris Middleton did step up, so I will give you that. I'll lay off of Chris a little bit. I still would look to trade him this offseason because he probably just raised his stock a little bit with his performance in the playoffs with Giannis not being there. So I would definitely see what I could get for him. I know Donovan wants to leave, so you kind of get a sign and trade there if you want. Get rid of Dame, bring over Mitchell. I don't know. Mitchell's younger. Giannis is still young. It might work out. You get an explosive offensive guy, that's younger than Dame. I'm not saying he's the same as Dame, but
too.
Yeah. So, but there's a lot of moves that I think they can make. I do think it's time to switch their others up. I think if your others don't work 3 years, I think you definitely need to make some changes. I think letting go of Grayson Allen was a mistake.
Oh, for sure.
Because he finished with the best 3-point percentage in the league this year.
Yeah, that could have been a mistake, but
so I think they need to reevaluate.
Costly as not having Middleton a lot this season. Like, he never really got it going early on till after the All-Star break. That's when he started kind of picking it up a little bit, trying to gear up the playoffs.
But that's crazy though that he did start picking it up, but their record after All-Star break wasn't good at all, which is crazy to me.
Because they lost Dame for a couple of games here and there. Like, they just never could catch a rhythm either. You know what I'm saying? Like, they best health was really under Adrian Griffin. Like, that's something I will say for Doc. You know what I'm saying? He coached them when they was kind of banged up. But I don't want to really put this again. Like, sometimes you gotta get kudos to where you gotta get kudos, and that's, you gotta shout out the Pacers. They did what they were supposed to do, and they're not a bad team at all.
I still think it would have been a tough matchup if them two was healthy. I think Bucks probably put it out, but I still think the young running gun Pacers would have gave them a lot of trouble down the stretch.
I definitely do too. The Pacers got depth. They definitely got a lot.
That's why I got the Pacers beating the Knicks, and then I think they beat them in 6.
I think without Giannis for the Bucks for sure, I don't think they don't push the pace as much because Giannis is normally the guy that rebounds and he'll go to the other side of the court and they just have to follow and keep up. So it would have definitely they couldn't. Nah, Glenn trash. He gets. But yeah, I just the problem with the Bucks this year is Giannis being hurt because he's really the identity as the team. Like, he's the anomaly on that team.
But that's why I said you always need a second option that if your first option go down, they could win you some games. And I don't feel like Chris Middleton is that guy. That's why I'm so hard on Chris Middleton. Because I don't feel like he's that guy that's going to win you some games, especially.
They did win you a game. You know what I'm saying? 2 games.
Some games.
They won you 2 games.
Well, I mean, Dame was there when they won one of those games.
Yeah, but then Chris Middleton got game 5 for you.
And that's why I said some games, not one game. Some games.
Chris Middleton is not the second star; he's the third star now.
And in the scenario where Giannis went down, no, he wasn't. He was the second star.
Yeah, but he's asked to be something that he's really not, because a lot of people didn't think he's really good enough to be a second.
Right, including me. I think he would have been a great 3 on a championship. He could be a great 3 on a championship team. I just don't think he's a good 2.
Yeah, but he has been a number 2 on a championship squad.
Yes, when you got a guy like Giannis, you can fucking do that.
Yeah, but when you got a guy like Dame, it's like it's not ideal because Dame is really not a number 1 on a championship caliber.
No, and I agree with you there. I don't think he's a number 1 on a championship team either. But moving off the Bucks, bitch ass Bucks. Let's get to Philly. Philly. I guess the story here is injuries too. Boo. Joel Embiid injured the season, comes back, But is he Joel? I know he put up 50 in the playoffs, but they get bounced in the first round.
He was Joel.
He was Joel.
The problem with Joel is that Joel Embiid, everything runs through him. I think that's Philly's biggest problem. It's literally, it's kind of unheard of to a degree. Like, normally you don't see a center. That's what makes Jokic a little bit more unique than most centers, because you can actually run your offense through him in fourth quarters, because his game is not predicated off of the same type of game. You know what I'm saying? Like Joel Embiid is a force. He trying to score, bully ball, mix you with a little finesse. It gets tiresome. Like if you go watch the fourth quarters, he looks gassed all the time. Like he looks gassed and he don't have that same explosiveness. You know what I'm saying? I would agree with that. Tobias Harris, you average 17 points per game in the regular season, and you gave us 8 a game in the playoffs.
That nigga was Whiskey Troy.
Like, that's not gonna cut it. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the truth with that situation. That's just not gonna get the job done.
Talk to him.
So, but like I say, I just think Philly main problem is that they don't have a go-to. And I mean, Maxey should be the go-to scorer, but really they just don't have nothing else outside of them two players. I mean, Kelly Oubre was solid, you know what I'm saying? But they need a third star. And because they don't really have that type of depth on that team either. You know what I'm saying? Quality players coming off the bench.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really have that. They got some solid guys over there, but not really some quality dudes. You know what I'm saying? Like some of the other contenders. So I would say that's mostly their problem. And I mean, some people will say the injury hurt that team, and it could have, but the reality is they probably could have avoided the Knicks first round, but they would have still had a tough team to beat. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, because the East is very kind of competitive. Like it's like not one team other than Boston that I feel is like head and shoulders more talented than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else, I think it could be a 50-50 type of series. You know what I'm saying? So they would have probably had a tough Pacers team to play if they were still healthy, or a tough who's the 6th seed?
Isn't the Pacers the Pacers are the 6th seed?
Yeah, it was the Pacers, but just say the Pacers the 7th seed though, because Embiid never gets hurt, right? And Philly remains a top 3 seed. Say the Pacers, or you know what I'm saying, one of these other teams, that's still going to be a tough out. So regardless of the matter, I think the team just need to get a little better. Need to get better support players around Joel Embiid, and because it's hard to say that he's not doing his job. It really seems like Joel Embiid struggles in the fourth quarter again because he's just gassed. He looks gassed a lot of times.
Every time this dude Tobias Harris' name is brought up, it angers my soul, because when they first signed him, I was like, they have to be out their freaking minds giving this dude $180 million. Now when you're looking in the context on how much people make now, but it's like, okay, that's what a third star might make on the team or whatever. But when they gave him the $180 million, it was insane. I was like, yo, that's too much money for a guy that's just taking most of the shots on a bad team. And when he was with Orlando, I sat there and said that over and over again. He's not good enough. He's good. but he's a role player, an overglorified role player. And if there was any time it showed where it shouldn't, where he had to be better, was this one. Because now, whenever Jimmy was there, it was like him and Jimmy had to share the ball, so Tobias Harris can't do this. Then Harden is there, and it's like, well, Harden got the ball in his hand, so it doesn't favor Tobias Harris. Well, this year, none of those limitations was there, and he did not live up to $180 million player. Also, Philadelphia, with his contract, I think is going off the books next year, or is it this year? His contract ends. I don't remember what year his contract ends, or if they can dump his contract off somewhere and get a 1 year player to come and then get some salary cap relief, because this team isn't good enough to be as high as they are in salary cap, especially with Tobias Harris' contract. It's bad. I get, you gotta overpay free agents if you need somebody that bad and you think that's the best free agent, you're gonna have to overpay him in some way. But nobody was getting anywhere close to $180 million with Tobias Harris. No freaking way. I don't know why they did it, but in the end it handicapped them. They're gonna have to drop his contract.
They're a bad organization, bro.
Yeah.
How many times Troy got to sit here and tell you? We could just look when we was having
garbage.
a draft conversation and we was talking about Okafor and Noels and how when are we going to stop putting it on these players to live up to expectation, Mel, and start putting it on these organizations for drafting the wrong players and trying to put these players in situations where they're not suited nor do they fit inside of them. You feel me? So I feel like when you look at it, Tobias Harrison with the 76ers did with his contract, they did with what they always do. They overpay, they pick wrong, they do some bullshit. You get a bad coach, you have good players, but you do nothing with them. I mean, it's the same old fucking story with them. So, I mean, and I used to be a Sixers fan, so I could tell you, it's the same story with them. It's going to be the same story with them. And that's why I wouldn't be surprised if Joel leaves.
They've been in limbo since Allen Iverson has left. Like, if I'm being all honest, not saying they didn't have some good teams in between, but they've struggled to find themselves since Allen Iverson left.
I could see him going to somewhere like the Pacers and playing with Tyler. I could see him going and play with Fox, but they got Sabonis. I could see him going to play with Ja.
You think Miles Turner going to be going for the Pacers then?
If the Pacers, yeah. If I got a chance to get Embiid, fucking Miles Turner's out the door. I could see him going to play with some young teams that got a star on, like OKC. Chet to the 4. I could see him going somewhere where he's gonna have a decent squad and they're gonna have a chance to compete. Now the only question is the team gonna have the money to pay him what he wants to be paid?
I could see him going to somewhere like New York though.
I can see him going to New York playing with Brunson, but then Randall has to go, in my opinion.
They'll trade him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Randall has to go. All right, let's get to the Lakers. They're gone. They're out of there. They're already talking about the draft. Bronny is all in the news. Why can't we just savor the ass whooping they just took? You feel me? I mean, we all expected the Nuggets to beat the Lakers. I don't think this is anything shocking to anybody. LeBron's 47,000 years old. There's nothing he can really do. You feel me? AD bones is brittle. That you blow on him and he break. And then there others really didn't step up. I really didn't hear too much of Austin Reeves this year. I mean, this just the whole year. I heard more D'Lo than I heard Austin Reeves this year, and I don't think the Lakers could win with that formula. I think Austin Reeves has to be the name that's being said. He has to be that 6-man type of player that's or whatever, the third scoring option, whatever you want to call him on the Lakers, for them to actually do some damage. I mean, AD really did have some impressive ass games this year, some impressive ass numbers. You feel me? He's out there trying to put up Wilt numbers and shit. You feel me? But I just think, again, I know this has been Troy all night, but I do think that it's time for them to break it up.
I mean, that's going to be possible anyway when you look at what you already know some of the players not coming back. You know what I'm saying? They started with Darvin Ham. That's move number one. And then I think D'Lo is an unrestricted free agent. He's going to probably not want to play there. So, I mean, I ain't gonna lie. The Lakers one of them teams like you really just don't know what they can really do. Like at the end of the day, because they don't have really that many assets to like trade. I mean, if they give up something, give up anything, they probably losing more than gonna get back. Like I don't see what they can get. I mean, what you gonna trade? Austin Reeves, Hachimura. You can't trade D'Lo because he leaving on his own. So like with a Gabe Vincent, like who you gonna get for that? Like to be a third star.
That was a goaltend?
Like I just don't know. The Lakers, like I said, you know, a lot of this is it comes with not a lot of players probably want to play under that LeBron window, that shadow that it is LeBron. Because I've seen this with Kobe. A lot of players didn't want to go to LA when Kobe got in the twilight years. They didn't want to go play under, especially guys that felt like they were superstars. Like, I don't want to go play with Kobe. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be fighting for his spot, even though he's not the same player no more.
Mm-hmm.
And that's gonna be the same thing with Bron. You're gonna be fighting for Bron's spot. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going to be Bron. Like, and the way he plays the game is it's so hard to not let Bron have the ball. And everything kind of runs through him. So I mean, you have to really be a complementary piece. And who they gonna bring in that's a complementary piece, you know, a good player would probably be somebody like a Mikal Bridges. Somebody can give you 20 points and play some good defense. But I don't think Brooklyn gonna be ready to give him up for nothing. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like it's just a fucked up position to be in if you're the Lakers. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you probably should have almost hoped Brian walk. You just hope he leave. Like if you're the Lakers, I ain't gonna even lie to you.
Leave basketball.
No, just leave.
Yes, leave basketball. I'm with Charles Barkley. You heard what Charles Barkley said on Shay Shay?
Yes, I did.
I agree, and I agree 100% with Charles Barkley.
I agree with Charles Barkley too.
A lot of people feel like, you know, of course, because he don't have nothing to really prove at this stage in his career. A lot of people definitely feel like he should be ready to
like retire. He should retire with people remembering him like this, because if it ever comes, like, bro, we done seen players that get up into their 30s, still play well, and then they hit like 34, 35, and they drop off. Like, and it's a bad drop off. And
Charles Barkley's one of those players.
I don't think people want to see Bron that way, bro. I don't think Bron want people to see him that way. So that's why I say I agree with Charles. If he's going to leave the Lakers, he should leave basketball. Maybe go for a coaching or ownership right after. Like,
I don't think we're going to see that from Bron, though. That's the thing. The game's so easy for LeBron, and he's still one of the most physically gifted players in the league right now. At this age, like he still do some incredible shit to be 40 years old.
I wanted to ask y'all this because especially on LeBron, I was gonna have my in the post, I guess, kind of centered around Bron, but I seen a post online where it was like LeBron's 39 and we're still holding him to the expectation that he's 29. And I was just like, I don't think anybody's still holding him to the expectations from when he was 29. Do y'all feel like people, like most people do that? And because I really and truly at 29, LeBron was a defensive monster too. And I mean, he kind of just says to hell with defense until the playoffs anyway now, but just.
But by the time the playoff come, then you run into somebody like Nikola Jokic and you ain't got no motherfucking defense.
Right.
Yeah, but I agree with what you just said. Like, I think that's the thing. Like, that's why I hate to argue with LeBron fans, because they're the only ones that truly hold them to them standards.
Right.
I literally just said that to my homeboy.
But that's because they have to, Boo-Wop. And I know you understand this. They have no other choice because they're stacking him against Michael Jordan.
Well, no, they do. Because even like the reality is you can still say LeBron is a hell of a player and not try to put him in conversations he don't belong in necessarily. Like, it's some Bron fans that really want to tell you that he's still top 5. When this their favorite line. When the playoffs start, who you rather have, Bron or this player? Bron or that player? That's their line. They go right to the playoffs. Like, He don't got to do what he do in the regular season no more. But who would you rather have?
KD cooked his playoffs too. Look what happened to him.
But the thing is, KD do that every playoffs.
Every playoffs.
They know Bron is, you know what he's what he is. KD is not Bron in the playoffs. Bron in the playoffs is Bron in the playoffs. Like it's where he made his money at too. Like a lot of other players, he's a different monster. So again,
he broke up the Raptors single-handedly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like the way he moves, bro. Like it's people that, especially the Bron fans, they hold him to these standards, and that's why they so confident when the playoffs start. We healthy this year. It's gonna be different. It's gonna be that, and it wasn't nothing different. But y'all got a game. Y'all got a game this year. Y'all didn't get swept, but the truth is, I don't hold Bron to them standards. I still think Bron is like a top 15 player, and that's
it's the wildest thing that Lakers fans took solace in the fact that they won a game. It was like, see, told you I was going to be different this year. They didn't get swept. Bron still won one game. Like, bro, okay, yes, he still won one game, but you know what the inevitable was going into this series.
They Lakers only let them win that game because they wanted to finish them on the home floor. They didn't want to win in LA.
No, I just think that was literally their best game all year. And I mean, in two of them games did end in nail biters. You know what I'm saying? Like buzzer beaters. So and it's essentially the same story from last year. I think every game was a tight game. You know what I'm saying? The Denver Nuggets just a better team, better poised team down the stretch, pulled it out. And it's just the same storyline. Sometimes the team got your number.
They do.
They got the Lakers number. It just don't matter. They have no real answers for them. And they've been up. They done had, I think, every game they done played, the Lakers had leads at halftime, 10-point plus leads. You know what I'm saying? Like they cannot stop Denver when they get the rope.
One thing that stood out, and I said it before. I said it not even before the series, during the series when we talked about maybe two weeks ago when the playoffs first started and we knew what the matchups was. I said one of the craziest things is that going back to last year when they got swept and in the regular season, the Lakers in 2 years, I forgot the last time the Lakers won before then, but in 11 straight games, Denver won.
Yeah.
11 straight games going playoffs, regular season, and playoffs. So in the past 2 years, you beat them once or twice, I think, because they won like the first matchup in the regular season last year or something like that. But you beat them twice out of the 5 games, which would be 16 now. You beat them twice out of 16 games, and it's just the Nuggets are better.
Yeah, they're just a better team, bro. They got their number.
Walk away, LeBron. All right, so second round has started. You know, tonight we got the Pacers, Knicks. We got Boston versus the Cavs. We got Timberwolves versus the Nuggets. Timberwolves took that first game. Who am I missing? We got Dallas versus
OKC.
So I'm gonna ask y'all, starting this second round off, what matchup are you most excited to see?
Oh, this is an easy one. This is a very, very easy one. The Timberwolves and the Nuggets. I just knew they was gonna be on a crash course at some point in the playoffs this year. Because y'all, I always bring this up, but I said in the post at the beginning of the season, like, hey, give the ball to Anthony Edwards and let him take over your organization. And Cat and Gobert just gonna have to find a backseat. And the most underrated pickup, which we all probably said, I think we all agreed at the beginning, was when they got Mike Conley. We said that was gonna be a overlooked pickup, and he's working wonders for them in the playoffs because he's controlling the tempo and slowing it. Bro, it's nothing like a good floor general. He's speeding up, slowing down. He's still very good defensively. It's kind of like what Drew did last year or a couple of years ago for the Bucks. Like it's paying off. And I mean, now is when we got to see if Jamal Murray is really going to turn up, because now they have somebody on the other side that can guard. If they want to, they can put Anthony Edwards on Jamal Murray if they really wanted to. I mean, I think you got to kind of keep him on MPJ, but I mean, Mike Conley can stay in front of him for the most part.
Mike Conley can do the job.
And you got Rudy Gobert back there that will swat the balls away and alter shots. So I think this is probably the matchup I wanted to see most, because I do think Gobert's not stopping. He's not stopping Jokic, but he can slow him down a little bit. And Gobert is still really he has good speed to pick up any ball handlers off the dribble. So no, I think it's going to be a good series. This is a series I was excited for.
Yeah, this is definitely the series I probably wanted to see the most, because I do think Minnesota poses the most problems for the Nuggets. But I think what's been key to them is because the fact that they're confident enough to let Rudy guard him by himself, guard Jokic by himself. They're not trapping. They're letting Rudy go out there on the island, and when they do the pick and roll, Rudy perimeter defense is very solid. It's underrated. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's out there covering guys, moving his feet, and on top of that,
Draymond said he not asking no more.
yeah, he's definitely not. He's not a liability out there at all, really. Like, and I don't know if he never truly ever been. It's just, to me,
That's the way it looked. Yeah.
To me, this is why Rudy deserves them depoys that he won in Utah, because it wasn't a lot of good wing defenders on that team. Now, though, Edwards, Jaden McDaniels, them boys play defense. They out here like they get into it, and that they slowing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, it was one game, but they slowed Jamal Murray down. You can see he was frustrated. You can see that, you know what I'm saying, they was getting inside of him. They was digging. So it is what it is. Like, that's a very good defensive team. You know what I'm saying? And it's going to take somebody to step up. Or Michael Porter Jr. is going to have to step up, and because I think Jokic is still going to be Jokic, but I also think the beauty of Jokic game is when everything is flowing and everybody getting them easy buckets and things of that nature. And then, of course, he gonna kill you regardless. But when you see Jokic got like a 25, 15, and 10 type,
yeah, you're not winning those games.
You're not winning those games.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind if he dropped 35, because that tells me he overexerting himself to score, and that's just not ideal really for the Nuggets, because you'll look up and see Porter with 21, Jamal Murray with 28, Gordon with 18 or some shit like that. Them the nights you need to be worried, when they all getting off.
I don't know if they're gonna have a night like that with the Timberwolves defense.
I don't.
We'll see.
I don't think they will. I said I picked Minnesota in the series to win, by the way.
But I wouldn't be shocked if they did.
I just think that Minnesota is a bad matchup athletically and defensively. Every single one of them plays defense. It starts with Mike Conley and Rudy Gobert on the defensive end as well. And Anthony Edwards just has the mentality like, I'm gonna go off and you ain't. I mean, it's right. That's my favorite player. Him and Shai are my two favorite players to watch. It's crazy to see Anthony Edwards has an old school mentality and with a new school, I guess you could say, skill set. And it's scary to, and he's only 22. It's scary to watch if you on the other team and you got to guard him.
We are tied up at 109 apiece.
But Ant might be the best two-way guard in the league.
Oh yeah.
He really might be there right now. Like, I'm seeing his defensive prowess.
Knicks took the lead.
He's nasty, bro.
Yeah,
he's nasty, bro. Like, I'm seeing him really moving them feet, bro, guarding you at the 3-point line, bro. He's out here, bro. Like, so I don't know, man.
He's young, so he's not getting gassed. He's young. It's crazy to see.
Yeah, it's crazy. Guys gonna have to play better. Jamal Murray gonna have to play better. They just gonna have to get back to their championship ways, which I don't think is crazy.
Brunson is turning up right now.
And the fact that you still, even if Rudy Gobert gets drawn out of the or if Rudy Gobert gets drawn out of the post for a help defense, the Cat might not be the best rim defender, but he's still a long 7-footer and still a long body. And it's once you pull 1 7-footer out and they Gobert switches onto a guard, you have Cat on the other side to come over and help on Jokic as well. And you just see them all. They got it to where all of them just move and switch effortlessly too. And it's hard to beat a defensive system like that when they're all intact. So it's going to be a tough series. If the Nuggets win, I give them props. I really do. If the Timberwolves win, I give them props too, because it's not easy to knock off the reigning champions. when
No,
they're
it's
still
not.
very good. So
It's not, and that's gonna be a great win under a player like, you know what I'm saying, Edwards Belt. You feel me? Like
it'll do a lot for Cat too, for his
Mm-hmm.
reputation,
it
especially if he balls out.
yeah, it'll do something for him. I ain't gonna say it ain't gonna do nothing for him. It'll show that he's I mean, I don't know how to put it. Like he clearly was projected to be this good anyway. Like
Mm-hmm.
so it's not like he overachieving or anything like that. I think he's just
He's
better.
achieving exactly what he's supposed to be doing.
Yeah, he's better suited as a number 2, and he's living up to that reputation right now. Like so, but I think it'll definitely put Ant Edwards in the top 10 conversation for sure going into next year. Don't let him win a title or something like that. If he win a title, he's going to be in the top 5 conversation. Yeah, like that'd be crazy. They putting him over your boy Jason Tatum, Troy.
We ain't that crazy yet.
They could
We ain't
keep
that crazy
doing
yet.
it.
I'm saying if he win a title, they're gonna
Yeah, they will.
they're
Yeah,
gonna
I think
say
they
he's
will.
better than Jason Tatum.
They could say that all they want.
It ain't gonna be crazy though.
It'll be crazy. Who is the biggest loser from this playoff so far?
The biggest loser.
I know y'all gonna say the Lakers. The Lakers.
No, because I didn't expect the Lakers to do much. Anyway,
The biggest losers probably for me would be
Philly.
I'm gonna say Clippers.
Oh
It
yeah,
should be the fucking Clippers.
yeah, it should be the Clippers.
I'm gonna say the Clippers. They knew what was expected of them. Unfortunately, they didn't get it done, and now they're looking at a potential breakup. Like out of all these teams, like
All James Harden's fault.
they're looking at a potential losing one of their, you know what I'm saying, key players, which will be Paul George. And who knows what that will do, what James Harden might be feeling. Like, should I get up out of here too? So now you looking at a rebuild. It's just Russ and Kawhi, and like that's not going to be ideal. Maybe you can replace Paul George with a guy like Donovan. Who knows? Maybe he want to go to LA, or maybe you want to go to the Lakers.
Not the Clippers.
Who knows though? Like I don't know honestly. Like so, it's just to me. I would say the Clippers. They took the biggest L because that team is for sure to break up. Ty Lue is. I think they're trying to extend him.
Bro.
Who knows if he want to coach there again? Like
most 3-point field goals attempted, none made. James Harden, second place. I just found that.
Is that what the Rockets that 0 for 27 series? That fucking bullshit.
Goddamn.
I pretty much agree. I for some reason immediately I overlooked the Clippers because I just really didn't care about the Clippers for the most part. But I think Philly also, bruh. Philly's gonna have to blow this team up, and the only people that they should be interested in keeping is Embiid and Maxey, and everybody else pretty much is.
Damn, the Pacers came back into the lead again.
So I think and then Julius Randle didn't play the whole series. At least Philly did get Joel Embiid and a healthy Maxey the whole series.
Man, they putting pressure on Brunson. I'm sorry, guys, but they fucking locking Brunson up soon as the ball try to get inbounded.
Of course. I mean, OG is the only other. OG is he's supposed to be the third option on the team, I guess, besides Randall. I guess you could say on any given night, OG or Randall could be the third option, but I mean,
we got 1 minute left.
Philly
at 1:15.
Philly's they're gonna have to do some rebuilding, and it sucks because they're probably not gonna be as good as they were next year, because they're gonna have to go through a kind of a small rebuild with different changing parts and getting some free agents in there to help Embiid and Maxey. So we'll see.
They already said, Daryl Morey already said the only 3 people for sure coming back is Nick Nurse, Maxey, and Embiid.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody else is, you know what I'm saying, susceptible to move around.
New destination.
Yeah.
You sound like the freaking Google phone.
New destination. China to your left.
Boy, Jalen.
Taiwan to your left.
Woo.
I love Jalen Brunson.
Jamaican team.
40.
I'm a big fan of Jalen
Yeah, he just
Brunson,
did
but
a three.
I don't know if he could carry. I don't know if he could carry the Knicks over the Pacers.
They winning right now.
I know, yeah, they're winning right now, but
but they home too, so you expect them to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. That's it for the topics for today. I'm gonna get to a quick ass on this day. Ain't much. It ain't much to talk about. Nothing really but some games, you know. May 6th, 65. Fred Hazel was drafted by the Warriors. Mulich. 12-time NBA All-Star. Chris Paul was born in North Carolina in 85. The Hawks set the records for the fewest three-pointers in a quarter, fewest points in the third quarter in a playoff game with 6 points. They scored 6 points in a whole quarter. This was in 86. Boston beat Atlanta in that same game.
What up, Zoo Cass? What up?
132. What's up, Cass? 132 to 99. In 88, the Jazz defeated Portland 3-1 in the Western Conference first round. Celtics beat the Knicks in the first round 3-1. In 90, Phoenix beat the Jazz in the first round 3-2. Knicks beat Boston 3-2 in the first round. Knicks beat the Pacers in 93 in the first round 3-1. 94, Rockets beat Portland, and the Knicks beat the Nets 3-1. And then in 97, Robert Horry set the record for most three-point field goals made without a miss in the playoffs with 7.
That's what I'm talking about, Big Shot.
And it still stands till today. Okay, I wanted you guys to know that. The Washington Wizards defeated Chicago's Bulls in 2005 in first round 4-2, and the Suns in 2006 beat the Lakers in the Western Conference first round 4-3. That concludes on this day. And now we get to a little segment called
Yeah.
That's right. I got another bring them to the era for you. And I
like bring them to the era.
I know we have probably did this one of these names here, but we're going to do a special edition. All right. We're doing the 3-point edition. So the way this is going to work is all we're doing is swapping these players and their 3-point attributes into the opposite era and seeing who will be more successful. Okay? Your two people who you got is Kyle Korver and Tyler Hero.
Kyle Korver. What the fuck, man?
Just we talking about just 3-point shooting, right?
Just 3-point shooting.
Nothing else. Oh, bro. Kyle Korver. What was Kyle Korver's record for the most games with a 3-pointer made at one point, and then Steph came and broke it? Come on, man. This ain't even a question. Kyle Korver was that guy from the 3-point line. He even made an all-star team, albeit as a replacement, but he still made it.
I mean, this was the easy one. I wanted to give you guys some light, you know. I wanted you guys to put some respect on Kyle Korver's name. That's why I did it.
No, this is definitely easy.
That's yeah.
Yeah, no, I wanted to put some respect on Kyle Korver's name. Mm-hmm. Don't sleep on Tyler. Tyler can shoot threes, and back in the day, he would have been that you got to take him and put him in Kyle Korver's era too. So I mean,
I think as a player, Tyler Hero would be better.
He would have been decent.
Even if I'm factoring in like what they could bring, like
outside of the 3-pointer, yeah, no, Kyle Korver.
Yeah, I'm gonna say.
I got you. No, I got you. All right.
No disrespect to Tyler Hero.
What happened?
No, I said no disrespect to Tyler Hero, but hey, it is.
Nigga started talking right when I pressed this shit. Nigga said.
Go ahead, man.
Oh.
You know, Troy just cut me off. He didn't give a damn. So my end of post was originally going to be about LeBron needing to retire, but since we already touched on that, I'll bring up another one that I've had stashed away for a while. One of the biggest arguments is basketball. Who's the best duo of all time? I think it's a no-brainer, and a lot of people don't agree with me because they're so Michael Jordan caught up. They go with Mike and Scotty, and Unfortunately for me, I do not. I will forever go with Shaq and Kobe because they were the ultimate 1-2 punch and complemented each other's games very well. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, well, Mike and Scotty won 6, Kobe and Shaq only won 3. That is true. But in the fashion that they did it, going 16-1 in one playoff series is ridiculous. They lost one game for the whole playoffs, and that was at the hands of Mr. Allen Iverson himself. So I would just like to say today, even though I'm a Mike fan, a big Mike fan, I am always and forever going with Shaq and Kobe as the greatest duo ever. And if these guys want to comment on it, let's run it.
That's the sickest pose, boy. That's how we needed to come back to the triple screen. This nigga said I can still shoot my gun.
I got the trigger finger still ready.
My John Moran finger still works. But yeah, no, I ain't got nothing to say on that. Buop, you got anything to say on that?
No, I agree. It'll always. You even got some people that say Steph and KD. You know, but for me, I'm not. I will always say Shaq and Kobe because I do think they had some solid role players around them, but I think those other teams had better role players. You know what I'm saying? Like Horace Grant, I think he was a better third option than what Kobe and Shaq had. And Klay Thompson and Draymond, depending on whoever you want to call the third option there, was better than what Kobe and Shaq had as well. So I think Kobe and Shaq literally like.
Wait, hold on. Well, they did have the 1 year in the 3P with Glenn Rice.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
You know, and Glenn Rice was good. I think he averaged like 14 a game, something like that. But I thought what Horace brought defensively and
for sure.
Pull up jump shot at that time, like. And then obviously the later years when you add Rodman and Harper and them boys, like I just think they had better units around them. I just think Kobe and Shaq was the perfect complementary. You know what I'm saying? You put Shaq in foul trouble, things of that nature, and Kobe comes to close out. Like it was a perfect pairing. Not to say Scotty and Mike or Steph and KD wasn't a perfect pairing either for the times they played. I just think Kobe and Shaq did it a little better. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion.
Yeah, I feel like Kobe and Shaq just fit so well together, and if their egos wouldn't have gotten in the way, they could have probably won. Kobe could have probably retired with 6, and Shaq could have probably retired with 6 instead of 4. I think they could have probably got to 6. I don't know if they do 2 3-peats, but they could have probably got to it.
I think they could have won at least 6 for sure. Yeah, at least 6. Yeah, the 2 3-peats would have been tough, but I still think if they would have stayed together, and it took Shaq just to have that mindset that this is Kobe's team now.
Yeah, that wasn't gonna happen.
Yeah. He wasn't, but that's what my problem is. He instantly got to Miami and did it though. That will always be my problem with Shaq. He says it all the time. Like he literally went right to Miami, this your team, Flash, and the rest was history. Like
I think he probably, but when he got to Miami, I think he got humbled, and it's just like, hey, bro, you broke up probably arguably the best duo in history. And no disrespect to D Wade, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I got D Wade out of 3rd or 4th on the all-time list because some people argue Jerry West is a shooting guard and not a point guard, so whatever. But yeah, I think he learned his lesson after leaving LA, and it was just like I should have swallowed my pride and just did what I needed to do. And then of course they brought in that BS ass super team with Gary Payton and Karl Malone, and that oh my god, that's one of the worst super teams ever. Speaking of super teams, so
yeah, I wouldn't even, they was a superstar team by the names. Malone was done. Gary Payton was not Gary Payton no more. He still was solid to have like a locker room guy, but I still,
the crazy part is I just realized that Gary Payton and Shaq were both freaking teammates on LA, and they won a ring together in Miami.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
I think Gary Payton was part of the trade with Shaq.
Mm-hmm.
And the Knicks take game 1.
Okay. All right, Jalen, I see you, boy.
Woo!
43, 44.
That's a foul. That's a foul. That's a foul. They fouled the shit out of Tyler Halliburton. All right, the Knicks did what they're supposed to. That y'all ain't got nothing to hell put your head down for. Still the next game. But I just want to say, before we get to the question of the day, when you got a team that has 3 players that played together in college give you 24, 25, and 42, I don't know how you beat that team.
I don't either.
So that's Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo.
Yep.
All right.
That's that Villanova team. National
All
champion.
right. But to the question of the day, so we can close this show out. I didn't say this in the beginning of the show because it's kind of a little complicated. It's kind of easy pick, but it's more for them than us. Okay.
Okay.
Which career would you pick? Career A, 5 trips to the finals with 2 wins, 1 finals MVP, and 1 MVP. In the span of going to the finals 5 times. That's what he won. All right. Or career B, which is 2 trips to the finals, 1 finals win with no finals MVPs and no MVP in that 2-year span. Which career would you take?
Say the last part again.
The career B is 2 trips to the finals. You win 1, but you don't win the finals MVP and you don't win an MVP in that span of going to the finals.
And player A went 5 times.
5 times, 1, 2, and 1 finals MVP and 1 MVP.
Won 1 finals MVP and 1
MVP in the span of going to the finals 5 times. That's what he won. It's just like basic math, right?
And career B didn't win 1.
He didn't get a finals MVP or MVP, but he has a championship. They're both star players. All right, we're not gonna do nobody's a role player.
Career A.
I am going to take career A because I think you winning finals MVP just comes with so much money off the court, even if you don't win it both times, and you have more opportunities to win.
And you got the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go more and you win more, that matters, right?
Yeah.
You can go less and win less. That it don't. But if you go more and you win more, that matters. You can go more and lose more than you win. That don't fucking matter. But anybody in their right mind, even Gilbert Arenas, will take career A. All right. That's why I did that.
You know,
that's why I did that.
Speaking of Gil's Arena, I would just like to finally give Gilbert Arenas a shout out because Gilbert Arenas hit the nail on the head with JJ Reddy talking about Michael Jordan's area is watered down. Finally, some quality content from that show.
Who career was it?
Nobody's. I just made them up.
Oh.
I just wanted to see, the logic. People would be like, "Oh, I'm Gilbert Arenas. I'm going player B. How much money did he make?"
I mean, that is a Gilbert Arenas. He about the money.
Yeah. But fans are about the money too. Fans would do the same thing. It's not just Gil.
Yeah, I mean, I probably would too. If given, you got to.
I wouldn't. I want to win championships.
Yeah, but if I'm winning championships and I'm winning finals MVPs, them gonna come.
Right, the money coming with it.
It's
right?
gonna come. Yeah.
If you make it once and you win one, like if Allen Iverson won 1 ring, like his career, like where he ended would be different, but it wouldn't. I don't think it would matter that much in the scheme of when we're talking about.
AI had one ring. And presumably he's winning the finals MVP. I think he would be looked at as the 3rd best shooting guard of all time. Like it's Dwayne Wade right now, and
that's why I said where he ends might be different, but I don't think it changes his trajectory when we're talking about like the greatest players of all time. Like, I don't think that 1 ring would inch him in the top 10 or out of his position.
It'll put him though like firmly in the top 30. firmly. He'll be like top 30. You know what I'm saying? I think he's not in
there. Now, bias speaking, Paul Pierce wins the Finals MVP. You know,
yeah,
top 10.
He don't have the MVP. See, hey, I got the MVP.
Okay.
And the scoring championships.
He got the score too.
So
Paul Pierce got stabbed 9 times, so he defeats all that shit.
I don't know about other Troy.
What hurt more?
Probably
losing. Which one hurt more, nigga?
Probably AI losing in the finals.
Nah, that nigga was getting stabbed. That shit hurt. You feel like metal inside you and it's not there no more?
You probably can't even tell if that shit there.
That's what I'm saying. You feel it there and it ain't there no more? Mind you, he got stabbed 9 different places, nigga. He feeling that shit 9 different places. But yeah, that's it for me. Final thoughts?
See y'all Monday, man.
I could have just said that for you. Y'all already know what it is. As always, I'm gonna run through these shows. Obviously, next week Monday we'll be right back here, Basket to Basket. Us and the boys, man. The boys will be back here Monday. Obviously, Wednesday we got Gentleman's Talk. Thursday we got PVT, which I've been on the past 4 or 5 episodes now, and it's getting to where it's really good. Here go this nigga. Then of course on Friday, best damn football show on the internet period with Inside the Huddle.
Wait, what?
Good timing, Troy. And of course, right back here on Monday, as my boy Boo Wop says, see y'all Monday, but I'll see y'all Wednesday.
As my boy Boo Wop says, I'm done, bro. I'm out of here.